Right, welcome back everyone. So this week we're starting the long and rather important job of carpeting the van. So we've got the carpet down here. I think I bought 8 meters in the end, so you need roughly 2.5, but call it 3 meters a side for each panel, and then obviously some extra to make sure that you've got enough to cover everything. Okay, so first thing I need to do is obviously I've had the pop top fitted and I asked for it uncarpeted, so we'll kind of go over this. I might re-show this clip in the video that shows the actual roof itself in more detail for anybody that's looking to buy a sky-low roof from Skyline. But yeah, basically, so I asked for it uncarpeted, which essentially what happens is, yeah, where the canvas comes down and then it's attached, what they do is they leave the excess canvas to come over the sides, because otherwise there's potential that it might snag or something, because this canvas is a lot thinner due to it being the low roof. So if you get like their Aurora or any other, like an Oztops or something, then you'll get a much thicker canvas, and so it's not as much of a concern if you are going to kind of carpet it yourself. So first thing I'm having to do is basically come along and trim all this excess. So I've trimmed all this edges off, gone over it with a hoover, because it's quite, you get all the thread sort of dust. And then what I'm going to do now is, this is just like a turbo lighter, so it's just got a nice consistent flame rather than like a normal lighter. I'm just going to go and basically trim back all these loose threads, just to stop them, it gets them out of the way, but also kind of stops them propagating as well, so it doesn't start to unthread underneath the panels. And then once we've done that, we're pretty much ready to go to start carpeting. Right, so now that's done, let's do the carpeting bit. So here's the stuff you need. Carpet, obviously. As I said, I got about 8 meters worth. If you're going to do the roof, I think most kits come with about 10, so if you're doing your roof as well, then you probably want 10 meters worth of carpet. I also got 5 meters of like suede liner stuff as well, because I'm going to put that on the bedboards. Some contact cleaner and something to wipe it with. Obviously, prep work is one of the most important bits of, I don't know, anything to do with bonding and spray painting and stuff. So yeah, you just want to wipe down the surfaces, make sure basically there's no dust and that the spray glue is, it'll stick to most things, but you don't want to chance it. Spray adhesive as well, lots of, I think I got 12. Again, most kits come with about 12, maybe less depending on, because I got a pack of 12 for the insulation as well. Some trim removal tools, so you can push the carpet into corners and stuff without ruining your fingers and knuckles. Stanley blades, lots of. The carpet will wear through it. It's quite thick, obviously, that's what you want, so you're just going to burn through Stanley blades. So buy like a pack. This was like £6 off Amazon for 100 or something, so loads of those. And that's pretty much it. And some coffee, because it's going to be a laborious job. Yeah, so I'm going to start on the right hand side from the front and kind of work my way back. Because I've got the pop top frame, the roof frame, I'm going to start from the corner basically and work across and use that as the guide, and then come down. So that's going to keep it kind of nice and straight, and we'll go from there. And I'm going to start with the contact cleaner and basically wipe everything down. I'm actually using isopropyl alcohol, because it's what I had lying around. So don't forget, we're going to be coming up behind this trim here, so where these clips are, basically you want to be carpeting effectively over them and then cutting them out, so make sure you do all your prep work around there as well. When you make it to here, The carpet's going to struggle. I mean, you could try and go all the way around, but you're just going to end up with this big blob of carpet. So the conventional way is basically to just lop the carpet off here, kind of work down the pillar, and then you do a join. Obviously in this case I'm going to have to join it along here, so I might try and run the join on the edge here so that it runs straight across, and then up and then into the D pillar there, and then basically have a separate panel that will run across the back, and yeah, so it'll run across the back, and then basically do the same again on the other side. So the aim's going to be, basically I'm going to try and spray, get the carpet up, kind of following this along the top here. Rightio, so got your adhesive. Probably also want to get some cardboard, because then obviously as you spray stuff you can kind of avoid things. Also shake it, always do a test spray, because first of all you want to know what direction the spray is going in. So obviously this one goes top to bottom, and you kind of want to come across like this. Basically you want to spray as much as you can get away with that you think you're going to be able to carpet. So you want to do what you're spraying, what you're carpeting, and also the carpet. So basically the adhesive bonds to, you know, the van, and then it will also bond to the carpet, and then when it comes together the two will bond together. So yeah, you spray that on, and away you go. If you're in a confined space, so maybe if you haven't got quite a large area, or it's chucking it down outside and you're locked inside your van, you might want to use a mask, because this adhesive has some nasty solvent stuff in it. So yes, right. So now I'm most of the way down on this front half, so I'm going to start pushing in and then working across now, because that'll be much easier. Okay, so as you can see, I've kind of done this. The hard bit is obviously getting it over the wheel arch. You just go careful, make sure you put on a lot of tension across this section, and then rely on the stretch to kind of feed it nicely over the front. So now we're up to the D pillar. Basically, I'm going to take off the seal, especially now it's not raining as well. So the seal can come off, and then we can glue up to here. And I can pretty much cut this now, because I know where this is going to finish without worrying that I'm going to lose, you know, maybe ½ meter's worth of excess. So I'll probably cut that down now, and then we can kind of wrap it round and see where we are. Cool, so basically that's now all done. So it's obviously trimmed back along here, and then the strips can go on, and then kind of all tucked into the corners, and then basically trimmed. I kind of left this bit here because I think this bit might be showing. yeah, just all kind of cut back. Obviously I've made that big trim that's going to go on top of everything, and yeah, so we've got a really nice finish up here as well. And then what we'll do is we'll sort of trim this maybe across here or do something. That's this side all done now, so it's all sort of fettled in, ready to have the holes poked for the trim panels. So that's that piece all carpeted in now. You can see, you can just about see the join line. I mean, that will kind of blend away, especially as you start rubbing the carpet. And yeah, same again, sort of on this side. As it gets used, that will kind of blend in as well. So now you've carpeted, and you need to put these panels back on once you've carpeted them, and obviously the holes you've carpeted over really, to make sure that you don't, so that you hide the edges of the carpet. So nice useful tip here. What I've done is I've used the template just so I know exactly where the holes are. I'll just put a Sharpie marker on each of the holes, and then you get a soldering iron and just come through basically and just bring those holes out now. Obviously it's burning effectively plastic, so just make sure you're well ventilated, but it's really useful because it basically seals the hole. So rather than having to try and cut it with a Stanley blade, most of the time you'd put like an X, like a cross in it, cut with a Stanley blade, and then, you know, the carpet starts moving in and out. This way it actually basically seals the edge of the carpet. Okay, so here we've got one of the panels for the seat belt slots in the side of the van. I'm just going to show you the hidden trim clips here. So basically they're barbed, as you would expect. On the back they've got like a larger surface area, and then they've got this kind of, basically you put this corner in and then twist it and then run it round. Now if you're trying to do it with your fingers, these bits on the barbs basically just tear your fingers up. So if you just get some pliers, grab it, and then you can basically, so you just hook the corner in, twist it, and then you're in. It's on these smaller panels it's easier because you can do it before you carpet, whereas on the larger panels it's a bit more tricky. So when you twist them in, once that back side's gone in, you basically want to twist them back, because otherwise this starts catching and then it starts pushing the carpet outwards. So and then you start getting lumps in your carpet, whereas something of this size, it's much easier just to twist them in, and then, you know, because you can carpet this in one go basically. So I'm just going to spray this panel and then stick it on the back of the carpet, and then you're kind of done. But obviously with a bigger section you don't want to do that, because otherwise you're going to end up with lumps and bumps. So as you can see, the van is now carpeted. All the trim panels are done, with the exception of the one that we're going to be cutting out the electrical slots, and so that's going to be done at a later date. The roof lining's done as well, and just remember to get some solvent cleaner as well, so you can clean off all the overspray of adhesive, and using carpet on carpet works best for that. So just grab a offcut of carpet. I did actually end up buying another metre of carpet for the panels because I didn't quite have enough to do. I think because I've done these full length panels here, I just didn't quite have enough. Otherwise I probably would have managed to cover individual carpets from trim panels from offcuts. So yeah, and then I also ended up having to get some more for the roof, but that's because I messed up and managed to drag a screw across the whole length of one of the panels, so I had to re-carpet all of that. So hopefully you found this video useful. Please drop comments down below, ask any questions. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.